Hello everyone! Today I have a Christmas journal to share. I finished it just in time, so I'm going to show you a little flip through of it today. For the cover I used one of those extra large coloring books. I think it was from Melissa and Doug. The back of the cardboard backing or whatever it is. So this is all one piece, and let me grab my ruler. It measures about 6.5 inches wide for the cover and 8 3/4 in length. And then the spine right here is roughly just about an inch. So then I took some craft paper and decoupaged that onto the hardcover backing that I got from the coloring book page, and I've decoupaged on some scrapbook papers. And this is seam binding, which I adhered to the spine with matte medium here underneath this trim. So there's lace covering the stitching part of the spine, and then I have glued down this seam binding right here, and then I glued on this beautiful rose trim. And here's the back. The paper collection, this is a Kaisercraft, and it is from the Twig and Berry collection, from this paper here. And this one is probably, I'm not sure, this one's not the Kaisercraft, but I've used some papers from Simple Stories. I've used one from Authentique and Kaisercraft, and then some Close to My Heart papers, and then an Echo Park paper collection. This is the Echo Park, and then this one might be also, I believe this music sheet paper here and here is from the Echo Park collection, and this one right here is a Close to My Heart. And I will go inside. Let's see if I can get this all in frame. I had some trouble setting up a little bit ago. So this paper here, oh, there are some other papers, and I don't have the reference. Oh, these are Recollections. There was a Christmas paper pad, and it was Recollections. That's what the inside, front and back cover of this background paper is, and some more lace here. And then this was some Christmas vintage sheet music that I printed out that I found on Pinterest, hunting to find a freebie. So I found one. This right here is also Close to My Heart, and let's see, it's a journaling card, and it comes from this little kit, oops, upside down, the My Crush Holiday Happenings assortment. It had lots of cute vintage things. I think they may have discontinued carrying the My Crush stuff. I'm not sure about that. So if my memory's correct, I got it for a nice discount, but they're so cute, some of them. So you'll see those throughout also. And then behind here is a recipe card. I found these at Tuesday morning. Great for journaling, I thought. I'm pretty sure there won't be a recipe on there when I use this. This is an oldie but a goodie. I think it's over a decade old, and I used it as an ornament on the tree because there were 3 of it. It broke over storage this year, and I was about to throw it out when I was like, wait, I can use that. So a few of the pieces are in here. There were 3, I think, and I stapled it on with my tiny attacher and used it as a little tuck spot. So here's one of those pieces from the Close to My Heart, My Crush. Let me see if that's showing. Isn't that beautiful? This is a little scrap from, this is from the Authentique page. I can tell because it's a thicker cardstock, and it's a different texture, a little bit different, almost close to watercolor paper texture. So, and that is, let me grab it right here, I've got this little strip, Authentique Collection Tradition Enhancements, 2-sided paper. Anyway, that was from that. This one is probably from, yeah, I think it's from the Echo Park, and I've cut it to look like a tag here. And I had a sticker sheet also. So the Echo Park collection is Echo Park paper, Home for the Holidays. I had a whole kit. This is a piece of paper from it. And so it came with sticker sheets, so I've used some of those, and then all the papers. And so a lot of what's in here is from that. This right here, this strip came from the Authentique paper sheet. Then I've also got some pad of like ledger paper here, and this is I don't think it's coffee dyed because I think I avoided coffee dyeing anything because I wanted to leave, I didn't want it to be, I wanted it to be more acid free. And so what I did was I used some watered down vintage photo re-inker and sprayed it on there to kind of look like it's coffee dyed or coffee stained without the actual acidic coffee. So that's what I've done for some of these other papers. Here's a glassine bag and some stickers I've had for a very long time. They're metal, like kind of metal, metallic. Not just metallic, but they're actually like malleable metal. This right here is from, it is from one of those collections. It might be the Simple Stories, but I don't think it is. It could be Echo Park. It's one of those. Oops. And I've cut those out. I've got some doilies kind of in here. Here's another piece from that Close to My Heart collection, and I've put a couple tickets behind. And this paper, I love this paper. I'll tell you about that in a second. This one's from the Authentique, and this was from that other collection. We'll flip to the other side. Oops. So you can see, oh, isn't that beautiful? Now this is from the Close to My Heart. It's actually from, let's see what here, from the My Reflections Yuletide Carol. I don't know if they're still carrying that also. I picked up an extra pack because I loved it so much when I had used it in a scrapbook workshop or something. Here's a die cut ornament that I cut out a while ago and didn't use it for something, and I've attached it on with a brad. The hole's rather large there, but so it can move so that journaling can be done behind. And I guess, you know, no, I glued that down. If I put a score line there, it could flip up and you can write on the back, or you can just awkwardly try to do it. I've covered up the back of the brad paper fastener here with washi and a sticker. And this is from the Close to My Heart Yuletide Carol, and this is from the Close to My Heart My Crush assortment. Here's some tree glitter washi. I got that at Target. Then we have the Authentique paper. This is from the Close to My Heart My Crush assortment. And this is a little idea that I had on a Christmas card a couple years ago. And it's a secret journaling spot. So if you want to know more about how I made that, let me know. I might do a tutorial on the card at some point, but I don't know if I have an original of the card anymore, so I have to dig through my brain to try to remember exactly how I did it. Now I'm having trouble putting this back in. So this red part is actually like it's the shape of like a coin envelope, and then I've nipped off the top and done this rectangle and slipped it behind. Oh, and there's, forgot to put those back. I left the back open for, you know, tuck spots, so there's 2 spots there. Ah, get in there. Alright, and then there's a pocket here. All kinds of goodies. I've done some altered paper clips throughout. And this here is a tag with a little additional tuck. Another one of the Close to My Heart journaling cards. Here is a merchandise bag. Now this I got, this was what when I placed my one little order with a tattered dream, the stuff came in this bag, and I knew I was going to use it eventually, and this is what I've used it for. The reindeer is a cricket, Create a Critter, I think, is from the set, and I've had him cut out. I cut a bunch of them out a couple years ago for tags and hadn't used it, and so I grabbed that out of my little stash. These 2 are from the Close to My Heart assortment, and this is a scrap from one of the paper kits I used. So, and then I folded up the bottom of the bag here for another little tuck spot. Both of these are the Close to My Heart. Some stickers below. Slipped open the top of the bag here for journaling. This is, I don't remember which one. I think this is from one of the papers. And then this is another recipe card with a great place for journaling. It's hard to get my arms around the tripod, so I'm going to set that down. Here I have done a piece of paper that can fold. Woo, it's all the way out of frame. Let me see. I don't knock everything over, see? And so I think eventually when I start using the journal, I might gesso this to take down the pattern a bit so that it can be written on, unless I put pictures in there. And so I've left the back open and tucked a little tag back here. This is just craft, like cardstock, that I cut to look like a tag. And then here's another tag here, and this is some of the scrap paper. I've done the decorative scissor edge on the top there. This right here is a gift card pillow box, I think is what it's called. And I just made it flat and cut off the end and glued it so that it can be a tuck, you know, it's holding this tag here. And then in addition to that spot, I've left the back open and tucked these little guys behind. Did a edge punch here. That's just a sticker, like that. Here's a cute little journaling tag cut out of the scrapbook paper, and I've made one of these paper fastener embellished paper clips here. I love the back side of this, it's so cute. And then some more of that paper. You recognize that diamond pattern. Those are all from the same sheet of 12 by 12, and I just cut them. One side had it looked like journaling cards and cut that out. So here's another close to my heart card. Really beautiful. Now these came from a book, a journal book that I'd taken apart. And all this dyeing here is the vintage photo, and I think there's some sparkle from some other stuff I had on my craft spray mat in the box. And so you see a little green there, but I like that. And so there's two sheets. This one I tore the edge, and this one I folded that way. And then here we have another journaling card. This flips up here, and then I've cut these little guys. Tried to kind of make them look like tickets. I saw someone telling how someone else had inspired them to do that, and I'm not sure who those someones are. Then there's a couple other tickets in there also. And I've also punched out, I've got this little guy, and then I've got a set of 3 of these. There's the tree, the ornament, and the holly. And those actually, they emboss as well as punch, but, you know, they work so-so. The punch works better than the embossing part. Another glassine bag with a little sticker. Isn't he adorable? This cute little reindeer. This is from the Close to My Heart one. I kind of wish, you know, well, I really wish they would make that in a bigger paper set or just not get rid of it. And right here is my favorite part, and the reason I bought 2 sets of this Yuletide Carol paper set from Close to My Heart, which I don't even know if they have it anymore, so I'm sorry if they don't. Just, I love those roses. And then here is some paper that I had bought from A Tattered Dream from Denise's shop. Another one of those gift card pillow box. And this one I washi taped on. So you see there's the 2 from, and I stapled the end. I didn't trim it, I just stapled it so that this doesn't fall through. And this you can still journal on here. Just added some stickers here. There's another doily. I've made this envelope with the punch board and stickers. Here's the, it's hard to see because of the print on the, but this is the ornament punch, and yeah, I don't know if you can tell that there's a little bow type embossed there. Now this was a card front that I made from someone's inspiration on the web, a blog, who was inspiring us to use all our little strips and scraps, and that is what I did with that. And I just stuck it in here as a journaling spot. So I hadn't ever put it into a card. I think I made a few of them, and I really like how that turned out with those scraps. This here has some tags. These are from Target. They're for packages or, you know, gift wrapping, but hey, they work great in a junk journal. Here's another strip of scrap. And this was an idea I had at night and came back to do it in the morning. Is I've drawn this tree and I folded the paper, accordion folded it, and then cut it out with holding on to the edge so that, you know, the fold still holds there, if that makes sense. And it's just a cute little secret journaling spot, and this little present is holding it down there with its edge. There's some more of that paper. There's the Close to My Heart. This one is a set of embellishments I had. There's a hole through the metal snowflake, and then I've put this brad through, and it just can move around, but it's holding this little scrap. This was from the, I think this is the Kaisercraft Twig and Berry collection one. And here, you may not be able to tell, there's a little punched out tree here. Maybe if I take these out. Yeah, you can kind of see that. So that's from those other punches. These are from the Authentique paper page. Scrapbook page. Paper page. Silly. It's the graph paper, dyed with the sprays. Here's the other set of those. And a banner tuck here, and again, these were these metal embellishments. So with the tiny little red brads, I just folded their backs against this metal wreath, but the bow brad is what's holding it to the paper. Twig and Berry, another recipe card. I think there's room here, but we won't mess with that. And, oh, that's right. So I adhered the wreath to this banner, and then I glued that down. I was wondering where the back of the brad was. That's why it's not there. Here's this. I didn't do anything to it. This is the back of a card, and I scored it so you can fold up and use all that space. And I just did some pearl pen embellishing on that sticker. And here's the other side of the card. This one I didn't score it because then it holds better. And this was a card I did. I was doing a Christmas card at night, later at night, and I don't do well later at night. And I had stamped this beautiful tree on and embossed it, and then when I got done, I realized I'd done it all upside down, so the card opened like, so I just trimmed it off that way. But I loved the back of this, and so I've had it ever since. Now it's a journal card. Here's the other side of that craft paper, and I love the idea that came to me on this. I have stenciled on some texture paste that was tinted this color, and I used a red paint and some vintage photo ink and to get that color, and I think it looks like a chimney. And then I put this sticker here to kind of look like the mantle, and I cut this stocking out on my Cricut because I couldn't find a stocking anywhere else. And he's, whoops, supposed to be holding this here. There we go. And then I put the doily there. I love how that turned out. And I don't actually have a brick stencil, but I have the art booking cartridge from Cricut, and I had cut out the brick page, and I used that. I cut it out on a thick cardstock, and I used that as a stencil. So here's some collaging and a tuck here, and these are just scraps I've cut out with a decorative scissors. I feel like this, oh yes, this video is getting really long, so I'm going to have to try to speed up. This is the other side of the bag. Inside, I have another recipe card, and this little cutie that I made with scrap. There's a tuck there. This is the vintage sheet music, some scraps here, and another little tuck on that side, and that's all in there. This flips out. That's holding that card on. Here's another one of those really old, cute little candies. I'll show you this card because they're so pretty. It's from the Close to My Heart. This envelope I made with my punch board, and I've attached it with this, oh, you can't see, with this candy cane paper fastener brad. And inside we have a little scrap, and this cute little scrap. It said December 2012. Apparently I've had that paper for a while, the Twig and Berry collection. So obviously if someone really scrutinized the dates, they'd know it's not current, but I covered up the 2012 there. So that, I don't know, I guess it makes me feel better. Then I can use it this year. And so this can twist so that I can use this full sheet for journaling or whatever. These envelopes came in that Close to My Heart My Crush assortment. Not these envelopes, this envelope, excuse me. This one I made myself. I just kind of drew it. I made the square, and then I don't know if I can even get that little piece of paper out. There's just a tiny little scrap I put in there. So Yeah, I made an envelope. I'm glad that it turned out. There's that one. This was from that embellishment kit, and it's just kind of a little tuck. I didn't want to cover up this paper much at all because this is the paper that I love. Here is another glassine bag, and can you see the little ornament punch there? It's hard to tell. There we go. And another journal card. Oh, last page of the ledger paper. There's that. And this is the back. I've done a double sheet music tuck here. And that is it, my friends. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry this is such a long video. Well, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for letting me share. Bye.